So we want to get the story that we are following today. A 21-year-old man was arrested after authorities said he abducted two young girls from separate North Carolina counties in a single day. That's according to the Yadkin County Sheriff's Office, not too far outside of the Charlotte Metro. Again, the Sheriff's Office there notified August 18th of this abduction, a disturbing case here. Now, Jesse Pierre is following the story. Jesse, what can you tell us?
Well, I think there's still a lot of questions in this case and overall. But yes, like you mentioned, 21-year-old Seth Talmadge was arrested for abducting two young girls, a 15-year-old from Surrey County and a 11-year-old from China Grove, and they were found actually in Georgia. And in the press release by Yadkin County Sheriff's Office, they also, praised all of the multi-agencies that were involved in all this, but also a neighbor who helped identify the vehicle's car. There's a lot of questions because right now we still do not know how the kids and the suspect actually know each other, how they connected in general. But I think that anytime you have a case of kids being abducted, it raises a lot of safety questions, and it kind of brings it back to what we can do to protect our kids. So I spoke to a child advocacy center, and she kind of talks about, like, yes, you have to teach your kids about stranger danger and all that, but you also have to teach them about the threats in their immediate environment, right? Because how many cases and stories we have done about teachers behaving badly or so forth. And so and then there's also the online safety aspect, right? Nowadays everyone has a phone, everyone's online, and kids are connecting with predators easier because of the online activity and so forth. So we kind of just go down that road of just safety in general, what kids and parents should be speaking about. Also things like for kids not to be sharing private information, private photos, and things like that online, or to, someone who might not be a safe adult or, young person, who knows, but the one thing that they said is that they're really happy that obviously these two young girls were found safe. And, again, we still have very little details on, any trauma they've dealt with and so forth. But there are things that, conversation-wise, parents could have with their kids during this time.
And that's the good news about this. Again, these young girls found safe. But, again, it's that conversation piece, because it's different from, 20 years ago when I think one of the only social media platforms was MySpace, and that was still different. And now it's Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat.
The video games are an outlet as well.
You got
Discord,
all those, Twitch, you got all these
all
things.
of it. Yeah. And I was naming all the old school ones. That's old school compared to what's out now. Jesse, when can folks catch your story later?
4 o'clock for sure. Let me see. At least 4. And if you miss it at 4, at least you'll see it online.
Well, Jesse Pierre, thank you as always for stopping in, giving us an update on that story.